Hey everybody, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. Today is the 10th, going to be the 11th, it's really late, of December 2019. I'm driving for Stevens Transport and I'm psyched. I'm here with M. If you don't know who M is the name of my truck, short for Emily. But M and I, we've had a day. We made it off the yard a couple of times, and actually three times. It's a long story. So trying to get off the yard is one thing. Trying to stay off the yard is a whole nother. People told me that it's they try to it's just difficult sometimes to get off the yard. There's good things and bad. I mean, they make you go through the safety lane, make sure that your truck and your trailer and everything is good, and any other kind of stuff. For grads like I am, it's a little bit different. I mean, they do all that, but it takes a little bit, especially your first dispatch. Well, after I got everything done last night, I was really tired and I didn't want to get dispatched last night because I needed to get some sleep. Um, so so I did. Got a good night's sleep. Um, talked to my driver manager, Jonathan, and he said, to go get a pre-plan that left sometime early afternoon, and then we'd go from there. And as a grad, we'll trip plan with uh, our driver manager for he'll help us and do most of that the first week. We'll do it the second week, and then the third week also doing it, but submitting it. It's a little different, or excuse me, the months, not weeks, but months. The first month he's going to help. The second month we'll uh, do it, and then talk to him about it. Uh, third third month we'll do it and submit it, and then after you get after grad, it changes a little bit. But um, so I got a trip plan, dispatching out of Dallas to head to North Little Rock, Arkansas, and that's where the fun began because um, I was told that the trailer was loaded and was waiting at Coca-Cola in Irvine, which it's tough trying to find this place first of all. But so I needed to grab a trailer, take it, grab an empty trailer off the lot, off the yard, the Stevens yard, take it to Coca-Cola, drop it off there, and pick up the full one, the loaded one, and run with it to Arkansas. Sounds pretty simple. Well, I pick up the first trailer and I get to the gate, and I didn't notice, and actually, I didn't know, um, but the the FMCSA, um, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, they're the ones who set all the rules and regulations and enforce them for motor carriers, for commercial motor carriers. Um, um, the tag on the side was expired, or I'm not even sure 100% it was expired, but it was a few months, at least 8 months old, or yeah, about 8 months old. So I'm not sure whether it was expired or not. But anyway, the guard at the gate, when I went to hand in my pass, checked the trailer and called about it to make sure, and they said, well, we'll just take it back and get a different one. So I had to back up and take it back and put it and get another one. So I got another one. Well, in the meantime, I had one gate pass to get the first trailer out. So I went to go get another one, which took a while to find one that that met everything and all the requirements and everything. And then I went and took it out, and they let me out of the gate. About 15 minutes later, I got a call from safety saying that the guard thought he saw part of a red sticker, which is an out of service sticker, on the trailer, and they checked it, and it was showing an open work order for tires. Now I had checked the trailer because I PTI my trailer and my tractor, my truck, um, and that's pre-trip inspection and also post-trip inspection. But I PTI'd and I looked and it looked like it had brand new tires. Um, so I don't know what's up with that, but because the work order wasn't closed, they asked me to return to the yard. So that took a while because just in case it was a tire issue, I made sure to stay off of the big interstates and highways and stuff, and I went the back ways to get there, and it took a while. So I go to take it back and to drop it off, and finally they get me a third one, and we make sure it doesn't have any of those things, whatever, okay? And so I pick it up, and I'm already 3.5, 4 hours into this thing, and before I go on about that, I had a problem with fueling too, because when we're in Dallas, we fuel at the yard. Um, Somebody had, I guess, either forgot to take the one of the hoses out. We fuel both tanks at once on each side, both of the big tanks. We fuel those at the same time. There's a method to do it, and we had somebody looked like they forgot to take out one of the hoses and snapped the little breakaway thing, and so um, I was stuck out there because that was the one I was going to use. I had to wait for them to come and look, and then I had to move my truck and start over and everything. So just one thing after another today. Well, I finally get the trailer back to the trailer store. I finally get the third trailer, third time getting off the yard, third pass off the yard, and I finally get running all the way to Irvine, which the trip's about 35 miles, give or take, maybe 40 miles. Um, and then my goal is to get there, pick up drop the trailer I have, pick up the new one, and hop back on the interstate and head up um, to North Little Rock. And I had, after all this stuff, I had just enough time if I got it, if everything worked right, I would get to North Little Rock in plenty of time for delivery. Notice I said if everything worked all right. Well, I've got a trailer number that I'm looking for, and I dropped my trailer over there. Okay, I dropped my trailer on the lot at Coca-Cola, and I start looking for the trailer that I'm supposed to pick up, and it's not there. So I look some more. There's one that's a similar number, but the bill of lading number is wrong, or it's not the same, and so we look. Well, they do some research and find out that lading number, that bill of lading number that I had, didn't match the trailer number that I gave them. It matched a different trailer. Okay, that's fine. So I go look for the other trailer. Can't find that either. So in the meantime, I'm calling dispatch to try to find out what's going on. Finally comes down that trailer, loaded trailer, had been picked up at Coca-Cola and taken to the Stevens yard and was sitting there. Now this is now 7 hours plus hours into this ordeal, if not more. In fact, more, because from when I started, this whole thing getting, fueled and everything like that, almost 8 hours into this thing. And I've driven 15 miles, well, 30 miles off the yard, back to on the yard, and another 35 miles off the yard, back on the yard. So almost 100 miles. And I haven't gone anywhere. So I go to pick up the trailer, and I find it, no problem. Get off the yard, and I wanted to get off the yard. I didn't want to wait till the morning because it just, I wanted to get off and see what I could run. I had still about 4 hours of time on my clock that I could drive, and I could get it. I was going to be late. There's just no way I could make the time, the delivery time, for a couple of reasons. I mean, even if I drove all the way there and did that, or could, I was getting out of hours, and you can't violate your clock. So So, but I wanted to get as close as I could. So tomorrow, when I get there, I could run it in and just be a little bit later or whatever. So I take I take the instructions that Jonathan, the route that he gave me, and the route that the GPS we call Jill, uh, just she's a female name, a voice on there, Jill. The instructions and I follow them, right? And I come to a set of railroad tracks, and there's a train across the railroad tracks, and it's not going anywhere. Now, growing up in Gallup, New Mexico, before the overpasses that went over the tracks, I know what it's like to wait for trains, and this one wasn't going anywhere. And I'm sitting there for 40 minutes, and there's nobody else out there. Nobody, zero. Nobody waiting beside me, nobody behind me, no anything. But we follow a strict set of rules at Stevens Transport. We don't back up in a roadway, and we don't make U-turns. So I was going to sit there, and I sat there for 40 minutes, almost 45 minutes, waiting for that train to move, and it finally moved. So I'm like, okay, now I can get on the road. I got 3 hours and some time, but I gotta find a scale because I gotta weigh this trailer because I don't know what it weighs, and I don't have a scale ticket. And if you've ever driven around and you see weigh stations, we they're really, if you run into one and you're overweight, you're gonna pay a huge fine. The person could be the company and all this other stuff. So I weigh it now. Not to get into too much detail, because I'm already 12 minutes into this video, but when you weigh a truck, you're weighing three main things for most trucks. Okay, the trucks we drive have 5 axles. A set of steer tires, those are the front ones. Your tractor tires or drive tires that provide all the power, those are going to be the 8 tires that are on the back of the tractor. And then you've got the trailer tires or the tandem tires, and those are the ones that are all the way on the back of the trailer. Now, those tandem tires slide front and back to help adjust weight, and also you can adjust the fifth wheel where the trailer connects to the tractor. You can move that front and back to adjust weight too. And there's a certain amount of weight that we can carry. So our trucks are rated to carry up to 80,000 pounds. That's 40 tons. That's the vehicle and what you're carrying. Now, when you're weighing, you're trying to be under the 80,000 pounds, but it's important, and you're also trying to have it in the right places because there are rules. Like, for instance, so my truck right now is under 80,000 pounds. It is. It's like 79,200 pounds. But there's also a rule about where the weight can be. For instance, you can have 12,000 pounds on your steer tires, on your front 2 tires. You can have 34,000 pounds of weight on your drive tires, and you can have 34,000 pounds of weight on your tandems, on your trailer. Now, that's just where the weight is held. I mean, it's not like all on top, but that's where it's held. And where the tires and where the fifth wheel is makes a difference in there. Ideally, what we try to do is we try to balance that. The the steer tires end up being somewhere between 10,500 and 12,000 pounds, and we try to keep the other to below 3,400, and the tractor tires and the trailer tires, the tandem tires. And if they're too much or too little, we can move the tires, the tractor tires or the fifth wheel, and adjust the weight. Well, my trailer is heavy on the tandems. about 1,700 pounds. That's a lot. Now, I'm light on my steer. I'm okay on my steers. I'm light on my trailer tire, on my tractor tires, on my drive tires. So I need to get some of that weight forward, and the way to do that is to slide my tandems back. And there's a way to do that. You, they're on tracks, and there's pins, huge pins that hold them in place. And then what you do is you use a device. It's a pneumatic device that uses the air in the truck. When you pull this button, it retracts those pins, and then the you can move front or back. Um, with the tandem staying there, you can slide the trailer front or back so you can move the weight. Well, one of my pins wouldn't retract on my trailer, so I can't move the weight. And I'm not going to run with this. I'm not going to pay that kind of money, and just try it because you don't know. Well, so I called the company, and I called Road Rescue, which is our road, crew fix up, and they told me to come here. I was at the Travel Center of America (TA) here in, I think it's Rockwell, Texas, somewhere just um, on I-30, and they have a shop here. So Road Rescue said, go in, get them to take care of it, and you can get on your way. Only problem is that by the time they get it done, and they're going to get it done pretty quick here, there's I'm next up or whatever. I'm just going to be totally out of hours, or so short there's no sense in moving this truck tonight or this morning. And plus it's already after 3 in the morning. So like I said, it's really the 11th. Um, but it's so there's no sense in moving it. We try not to run between 3 and 7 in the morning. That's the time where just no good stuff happens driving a vehicle. I mean, you're just too tired. Um, so as soon as they fix this, I'm going to adjust the weight and then find a place to shut down for the night. That means I gotta get 10 hours rest um, before I can drive again. So my load's gonna be late. It's gonna be quite a bit late, and there's not a darn thing I can do about it. All the wild goose chases and everything else. But it's our first load, and we'll get it there. Albeit late, but we will get it there. We're not going to be the kind to run late, but hopefully everything they threw at us, we just learned from, because everything got thrown at us today. So anyway, that's how it is. I'm waiting for my trailer uh, tandem pins to get fixed, and then we will get some rest and try to get out of here as soon as my 10 hours are up, and as soon as I do my pre-trip. I'm gonna hit the road and make the run to Little Rock. Hopefully they can reschedule my appointment for either uh, late this afternoon, or it's gonna have to be real late this afternoon, or um, preferably tomorrow morning, the 12th in the morning, and then we'll just go from there. But still psyched. I'm out on the road. uh, M drives like a dream. She just really handles well, different than the Peterbilt that my trainer had, um, in a good way. So we're just going to see how we how the rest of this time goes, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys have a great one. Hope you had a good day. Hope the rest of your day goes well. If you're starting to make plans for Christmas, enjoy. I'm going to try to be home for Christmas. Looks like I hope if everything goes well, I'll be home for Christmas to spend some time with my girls and my mom and friends and everything. So that'll be great. But that's it. Again, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I'm driving for Stevens Transport, and I'm psyched I'm tired, but I'm psyched. You guys have a great one, and I will talk to you um, again, well, tomorrow or later today. Have a good one.